One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Man, for knowing Hulk like I know him, and then knowing that there's so many people that just choose to hate him, that don't even know him, but they hate him because of the little bit that they know about him. For me, it felt like those comments supported that kind of a consequence or punishment, really.
Drop that down!
You said you watched the Hulk Hogan TMZ doc?
Yes, I did. Yes. What did you think of it?
I liked it.
Good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember anything that was I don't remember anything standing out as real special. I don't remember. Did we learn anything new?
Mm-mm.
I didn't learn anything really new either too much. I really liked the Jimmy Hart story about him like helping out the Make-A-Wish kids and then like
I love that part.
emotional. I thought,
that was so sweet when he was feeling the kids' muscles. He's like, "Wow, you're so strong. I need to borrow your strength for tonight." And then the kid's like, "I have 2 of them."
I know.
Yeah,
so cute.
I was like, I can't believe he just took that strength from that kid that needs it.
That made me cry. That was so sweet.
That was really sweet. Yeah, that was really sweet. But yeah, when I tuned in, I was like, oh man, is this going to be like really sensationalist and stuff like that? But I think overall, and it was TMZ, so I'm like, I kind of had my suspicions, but they did a pretty good job. You know, they covered everything in I think a pretty fair manner from what it sounded like.
Yeah, like the Mark Henry on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it mentioned that I don't know, like even. I don't know if this is probably a thought I should keep to myself, but Vince talking about Hogan's racial slur, you know, I think that maybe I think prospectively that in the overall picture that could validly be played down a little over it. It's not like he murdered somebody, you know. Mm-hmm. And just hearing Vince say, you know, like he's a person, he makes mistakes, and he did make a mistake, and it was a really bad one, and he did pay for it. However he put it, I just thought, and he's right, but I just thought, you know, that man, for knowing Hulk like I know him, and then knowing that there's so many people that just choose to hate him, that don't even know him, but they hate him because of the little bit that they know about him. For me, it felt like those comments supported that kind of a consequence or punishment, really.
Like that thought process of that, like, yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I say this every week, you know, but if somebody is a racist, I don't need other people in society telling me that I need to hate this person because he is a racist. And I'm not saying, you know, that Hulk is or isn't. I mean, you heard him in his own words say that he guess he is a kind of or whatever. So that's the point is moot. I'm just saying either way, it could be anybody. It could be you. You know, if it turned out that you hate a certain race of people and you feel really strong about it, you know, I might think that makes you stupid. But if everyone tells me that I need to hate you, and they're telling me I need to hate you worse than an adulterer, mm-hmm. I need to hate you worse than a wife abuser. Mm-hmm. You know, like shouldn't I be able to choose for myself, like which is a worse person, and whether that has anything to do with where I meet this person on? You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So having said that, there's so many people that think that Hulk's a horrible person, and I kind of also think if somebody doesn't want their kid to marry someone in a different race, I think they should have the right to have those feelings. You know, if it's a black family and they don't want their daughter to marry a white boy, I think they have that right. There's now the language, the slurs, all that. Those are crimes in today's society. But still, for me, I looking at the bigger picture and weighing out somebody that is a racist against someone that cheats on their wife, against someone that beats their wife, and let's assume in rap culture it's probably safe to assume, one, that they probably don't like racists.
Mm-hmm.
Two, they might be okay with beating women because it's cool to give them a pimp slap, and adultering is cool because they all do it and get busted all the time, like Offset that cheated on Cardi B like over and over and over and over until finally it seems like it split him up. I mean, that's they choose their own values, and they're like, oh, he said the N-word, he's the devil, but
Right.
They have that right, but we also have the right to take that into consideration with all the other factors that we want to include in there as well, even some that they're not including, like on, whether he's a good person or not, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think Mick Foley said it really good on the documentary. It was like, people are taking that like 3% that we've seen of Hogan there compared to the 97% the rest of that we've seen. And he's like, I just want to enjoy Hogan for the good stuff that he did and everything to that effect too. And I thought Mick Foley said it pretty nicely on there. So,
Yeah. But overall, I mean, I think that racism is stupid. Like when I picture when I picture especially extremists like Ku Klux Klan, it's a fascinating subject that these people really believe like they're a supreme race. And we can look at them like but if you go back in time, like everybody thought they were the supreme race, like we're just talking about with the Polish jokes and this and that and segregation. And it wasn't even that long ago, 100 years ago, it was like all different races and and then you're taught to have all this pride and in what you are and in what's in your blood. And it's, there's a lot of thought when you really want to discuss it on a deeper level that people don't want to do. They just want to go with the easiest thing that they're taught is correct, and then they feel like they're doing a good job.
I was just thinking the other day too. I think I was at the grocery store and I was just thinking like, how stupid is it to be like, oh, that person doesn't look like me, so I don't like them, or I don't like anybody that looks like them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But let's say like, let's say you're let's say you're in the Vietnam War. Okay, now do you have a right to be prejudiced against Vietnamese people because you were over there shooting at them, they were shooting at you, even though these aren't the same people? I can imagine where in your head you've developed an opinion about them.
I think that's way more understandable. Like that you would like, say you're over there and like if somebody was saying like some racist crap about them, like in there, like they were all out in Vietnam, I would be like, well, yeah, they were over there. So like I'd give them a little bit of credence, I think, to that thought process. But it's like, that would make some sense in that regard. But I also not understand the concept too at the same time.
So then would that be the same thing if you were like a white family that grew up in the projects with all black people, and you had a lot of black bad experiences because they didn't like you being a white family, and so you only saw them rude, and then when you leave there, you would carry that with you and think and feel that way. You developed an opinion about black people. The same thing, right?
Right. Yeah, no, it is the same thing. Like, cause it's like, cause if you grew up in that environment and that's how you learned everything about that, culture or, that race, that's something that would definitely put a mask over your face about it,
That's why you say you got to be right who you are once you're grown up.
Reprogramming.
Right. Well, the thing is too, is so like I grew up in a small town, and, barely any black people. And so, but there was racism there, and people would say a lot of stuff and things like that. And then when I go out in like Philadelphia or, lived there for 5 years or Pittsburgh now, it's just like, I'm around it and I'm like that. I never got that. I never understood that concept after the fact. It just didn't connect with me because I'm like, no, people are people, there's different cultures and, certain things like that. I was like, but, there's asshole white people too,
For sure.
Yeah. So, all right. Hey, let's talk a little bit about Get Blitzed. That's right. When Get Blitzed teamed up with WWE Hall-of-Famer, NWO founder, and movie star Kevin Nash, alongside his Click This podcast partner and kayfabe king Sean Oliver, Mickey Ray Sinatra and Courtney Sinatra weren't just slapping a name on a can. They were building a THC drink worth remembering. It couldn't be just another effing seltzer. So they made something smoother, faster, creamier, and absolutely legendary. That's right. It is such a good drink. You can get the Kevin Nash Key Lime Pie, and let's talk a little bit about that. They didn't just slap Kevin Nash's name on a can and call it a collab. Get Blitzed has been supporting Click This, the Kevin Nash podcast, with the king of kayfabe commentaries himself, Sean Oliver, for almost 2 years now. They've been rocking with the Outsiders long before the drink dropped, so when the time came to create something together, it wasn't forced, it was fate. This is more than a partnership, it's a collision of legends. They teamed up with the 7-foot Oz-like icon himself and his longtime co-host Sean Oliver to make a THC drink that fans would actually feel, not some gimmick. It hits like a jackknife powerbomb, tastes like a lime cheesecake in a can, creamy, citrusy, hard-hitting, you know what, just too sweet. It was flavored and formulated by Mickey Ray Sinatra and Courtney Sinatra in a collaboration with Nash and Oliver. This isn't just branding, it's a handcrafted flavor experience built from the ground up. And we, at One of a Kind with RVD, have a special deal for our listeners. If you use promo code RVD, you can get yourself your own can of Get Blitzed Lit Aid, the Kevin Nash Key Lime Pie, or the Sean Oliver Raspberry. Try that out too. If you want a little bit of details about what you get in a can, you get a 5 milligram real Delta 9 THC per can, hemp-derived and federally legal. Nano-emulsified, which hits you harder, with water-soluble THC for fast, smooth absorption. It's a 5 to 15 minute onset, no waiting, no guessing. It's a flavor that slaps. Backed by legends like Kevin Nash, Sean Oliver, and not cartoon animals. Hey, it's also backed by RVD too. So like I said, give it a try. Go to get-blitz.com. Get-blitz.com. Use promo code RVD. Get 15% off. Try yourself one of those Get Blitzed cans, courtesy of Kevin Nash. Guys, enter the room dick first. Big Dick Dudley dick first. BlueChew isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. BlueChew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Guys, this isn't about performance. This is about legacy or third legacy. Give our group chat something to talk about. You know when you lay it down, they're talking about how it gets up. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little BlueChew. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of BlueChew free. Free. Just use promo code RVD at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join BlueChew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to BlueChew for sponsoring One of a Kind with RVD.